Good morning. This is a recording for Thursday, December 7th. I am angling the camera a little bit different today because look at the sky. It's just maybe 10 minutes before the sunrise, and this pink is unbelievably gorgeous. Anyway, today let's talk about what self-forgiveness requires. Well, first and foremost, self-forgiveness requires absolute truth. We need truth before we can reconcile with others, and we need truth before we can reconcile with ourselves. Whether you have been granted forgiveness by another person or not, you can still endeavor to forgive yourself. The forgiveness of others is not a requirement for self-forgiveness. Sure, it can make it easier, but the truth is, some people may never forgive you. We just can't force someone to forgive us. That person's forgiveness is their own journey. And by the same token, we cannot force self-forgiveness either. We can only walk the path that allows self-forgiveness to unfold. Self-forgiveness requires that we face the truth of how we are feeling. Do we feel guilt, shame, grief, despair, and hopelessness? When we identify the feelings hindering our self-forgiveness, we can begin to work with them and transform them. Our feelings of guilt or shame may never go away completely, and we must be careful not to compound matters by feeling guilt or shame about still feeling guilt or shame. Self-forgiveness also requires humility and hard work. It requires a sincere desire not to repeat the behavior and a sincere desire to change. Desmond Tutu says, if I lied to my spouse, in order to truly forgive myself, I must look at the pain I caused her. I must be honest about the damage I've caused to our relationship and resolve not to lie to her again. When we know we're doing all we can to make our amends, we make it possible to forgive ourselves for our actions. Self-forgiveness also requires stepping into unknown territory. We can make an identity out of being quote-unquote bad. We can reduce our self-description to consist of only our worst actions. And when we forgive ourselves, we have to let go of that identity. As Walt Whitman says, I'm larger and better than I thought. I didn't think I held so much goodness. And it actually can be frightening to discover the vast beauty of who we really are. Paradoxically, there can be a strange comfort within the discomfort of perpetual self-blame and self-punishment. Any profound change can be disconcerting. So since self-forgiveness requires first and foremost recognizing the truth about how we're feeling, today let's do a practice of going beyond the story and into the underlying feelings. As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, your heart, your mind. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Your breath nice and soft, completely natural. See if you can just get a sense of spaciousness in your breathing, so that all the experiences of the present moment can flow through you as energy that they are, without struggle. Now create a safe space by bringing to mind a place of safety. It can be real or imaginary. Just see this place fully and inhabit it. Is it indoors, outdoors? Is the space large or small? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? Relax into the space. This is your place of safety. And now notice that someone is calling for you. They speak in a voice filled with warmth, love, and delight. When you are ready, welcome this person into your safe space and notice how their presence increases your sense of safety and assurance. Who is your companion today? Between you and your companion sits an open box. It's small and light enough for you to lift and hold. So do just that and notice the box's size, shape, and texture. In the past couple of weeks, we've used this box to tell your companion the story of what you have done wrong, how you've harmed other people. And of course, we very well know that by harming others, we also hurt ourselves. So now it's time to be 100% truthful and to connect with the feelings you feel around these situations. It's time to drop the story and connect with the underlying emotions. Your companion is here just to hold space for you. They're not gonna even speak, they're just being a witness to your exploration. So pick any situation in which you have caused harm to another person and go beyond the story. What is there? What does the emotion associated with the story feel like? Find its texture, its color. Feel where this emotion is located in your body. Is the sensation sharp or dull? Is the emotion in your heart or in your belly, in your throat? Remember, you are looking for a felt answer here, not words. It's like saying, what does a toothache feel like? You don't have to describe it to yourself in words, but you just want to touch it to know the feeling. If thoughts come up and distract you, just know that. Thinking, thinking, and come back to experiencing. Come back to just finding the feeling. It is said that all experiences arise and subside. Is that your experience as well? Is your felt sense of the underlying emotion changing the more you connect with it? Thoughts can cause the energy of emotions to freeze or dwell for a long time. If we let go of the thoughts, the energy can move. Is that your experience? If you can't help but let go of, if you cannot help letting go of the words, if you're describing your felt sense somehow with words like pleasant or unpleasant or painful or tight, what do those words feel like right now? What do all those words you're using to describe the emotion really feel like? If the words continue to come up, just notice that and go beyond the words. What does this feel like? What does that feel like? Breathe in and out, feeling whatever you're feeling, experiencing it, resting in your experience. If you're experiencing a really strong emotion, you might want to breathe a little more deeply so that a sense of space and openness and friendliness can come in and support you. And if you're feeling absolutely nothing at all, just kind of blank, neutral state, breathe in and out and simply notice. What does blank and neutral feel like? What does numb really feel like? And if you're feeling resistance to doing this exercise, experience that. You can just keep asking yourself the question, what is this? What is that? And whether it's boredom, resistance, overwhelm, pain, pleasure, sleepiness, or whatever it is, try to get at the experience by asking yourself, what does this feel like? Remember, you're not looking for a verbal answer. You're looking for a felt sense, an experience. Whatever you're feeling right now, just sit with it. Sit in the home base of your being, the vast spaciousness of your mind, the open dimension of you. You're not trying to breathe the strong emotions away, but they can be the feeling of having a lot of space around your feelings, around your emotions. You might feel less smothered by them. And now look at your box of forgiveness again. Maybe take it on your lap. How does it feel like right now to hold the box, to see it? Look at your companion who witnessed as you explored your feelings. How does it feel like to have them close to you right now? And when you're ready, hand the box to your companion. Now they know your story and they know the emotions that underlie the story. You may feel a little lighter having shared this heavy burden with someone who loves you and wants you to feel better. Remember, you don't need to carry those sorrows alone. When you're ready, leave your place of safety and put your hands on your heart, thanking yourself for this deep, powerful work you're doing. With gratitude, send yourself the energy of loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel safe, protected, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. And as always, as you gently let go of your practice, scan your body and notice what's going on for you right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you really? And as you go through your day today, I invite you to contemplate that whether you have been granted forgiveness by another person or not, you can still endeavor to forgive yourself. Are you ready to take the responsibility for putting yourself back together? Are you ready to discover the vast beauty of who you really are? Thank you so much for being here today. Have a gorgeous day, and I will see you tomorrow.